Hey guys, it's Pablo here today. Welcome to my first podcast, Being Limitless with Pablo Sarmiento. So guys, a little bit about myself. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Illinois. I'm also a motivator. I like to inspire people to get to what they need to get done. Also, I'm a real estate investor. Been a real estate investor for the last 3 years. And what I've done is, in the last 3 years, I've been able to build a rental portfolio for myself of over 50 unique single-family properties. All right, and they're all being rented. They're all producing. Every single one of these properties are cash flowing me free and clear after mortgage has been paid, after taxes and insurance have been paid. $550 per door, per house. So this is what I want to showcase to you guys, that it could be done, and I want to make sure that you guys get all the information of how it is that we're doing. So today, guys, I have a very special guest, somebody that's already doing this, somebody that went from having 0 properties, being a regular person just like myself and just like you guys, to now owning some real estate and having it produce and giving him that extra rental income every single month. So remember, guys, we all make mistakes, all right? We all make mistakes. We all go down the wrong path. We all make some choices that we didn't intend to, or we figured out that it was not the right move to make. So guys, one thing that I want to reiterate here is we all make mistakes. So if you made a mistake, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you're never going to succeed in life. What matters here is that you learn your lesson. Learn the lesson from that mistake and keep going. All right? So help me welcome this special person here, Eduardo Ruiz. Eduardo, welcome to my first podcast, man. I really appreciate you showing up. You're always showing up. You're always there. You're always networking. So congratulations to you on your success. But we gotta pick your brain. We gotta see how it is that you did this. Not just for myself, because I actually seen you go through it, but I want to make sure that my audience, the people out there that want to start investing in real estate, that they see that it's possible. And I want them to see as well how you did. So please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I appreciate Pablo for having me out here. My name is Eduardo. I work full-time in a body shop. Been doing this industry for almost going for 8 years. So I just got into real estate. I bought my first 3-unit back in 2019, just like a regular traditional 5% down, negative cash flow. I was paying about $300-400 out of my own pocket every month. Didn't know nothing about real estate, but I knew I wanted to get into real estate. So just, watching videos, everything, and I found you, and I went to one of your meetups.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I remember. I think I remember.
Yeah, went to one of your meetups, and everything was just history. We just kept going.
So let me play devil's advocate here. Let me ask you all the questions that, people want to know. All right.
Sure.
So you work at a body shop.
Yes.
That's your regular 9 to 5. Did you know anything about real estate before investing in real estate?
No, I didn't know about investing. I knew I wanted to get into real estate. And it's funny because after I started investing, I started analyzing stuff. I was like, okay, back in 2008 when the market crashed, I was with my parents. I was 16 years old or 17, and I seen the houses next doors. They were going foreclosure. I told my dad, I'm like, hey, Dad, buy them. And it's funny, he still remembers to this day, and I was like, yeah, buy them. He's like, what am I gonna do with them? I'm like, just don't worry about it, just buy it. But without me knowing what is real estate, I just buy them. So fast forward 2019, I started hunting for a house, and I was like, I actually lost a couple $1,000 because I get earnest money buying a single family house, but I knew a week before, I was like, man, this is not what I want. So I knew there was something in me, and then I found a 3-unit. I was like, okay, cool. I'm like, I want this one. I'm like, yeah, this is what I want. So I bought it. I put about 40,000 rehab, and so right now I'm starting to break even a little bit, but it was my first 3 units.
So this is the first property that you bought outside of meeting me and all this stuff.
What I was investing, yeah, like on my own, yes.
And you bought it with a regular loan under your name and social.
Under my name, so yes.
You had to come down with your own down payment.
Yes. And my own rehab.
And you had to finance your own rehab.
Yes.
Okay. So those 4 topics or 4 things that you did there, now you've learned that there's a different way to do these things. There's a different way to the madness, right?
Yes.
A different way to invest. And
of course.
not a lot of people knows this. So I went through the same thing. I didn't know that we can use other people's money to invest in real estate. So now, do you know how to do any construction work?
So yeah, a little bit. Like I'm very handy.
Okay.
I like getting my hands dirty. I like picking up the hammer and stuff.
And you're totally opposite from me, because I don't like to use the hammers. I don't like to do nothing.
Yeah.
At my house, they get mad at me because I don't even know how to put up a frame. I mean, I do, but I don't want to do it. Right. But it's not in me, right?
Right.
But it is in you.
So it's funny because when I bought my building, I did almost the rehab with one of my compadres, and he helped me out. It took us like a year to finish a whole basement.
A whole just a basement.
Just a basement.
You guys
we got down, live and learn,
Yeah.
It was a gut down rehab. It took us like almost a whole year. And then I joined my uncle construction, did a little bit of construction. So I like picking up, but lately I have changed my mindset a little bit, because now that it's investing, my job is to find more property than picking up the hammer. Because if I'm picking up the hammer, I'm spending time putting in nails instead of looking for deals.
Exactly. You found that your time is more valuable than being in there, getting the work done, hammering, probably laying floors and all that good stuff. Now, so let's fast forward from when you bought that 3 unit. Now you came up to one of my meetups. Soon after that, you started buying properties. Let's fast forward to there. How did you start buying these properties? Because I understand you started buying them under a new method, the new method that we're talking about.
Right.
Now, how did you find these properties? Where did you get the money to buy these properties? Where did you get the money to fix this property? And what did you do with these properties?
Sure. So I found this property. The first property I found is on MLS. I called the realtor. I'm like, hey, I'm not an agent, but are you willing to do a dual or double agent? And she said, sure. So I made an offer and got my offer accepted. Get through the whole process. What everybody had to do the inspection, do your calculation, make sure the rehab there's nothing major. And the way I found the money is networking. Found a private lender, some cheap, and he was able to fund me the purchase and the rehab price.
All right. So you found a private money lender that was willing to lend you the money for the purchase of the property and the money for the rehab of the property. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah. So now, did you use your own personal credit to finance this house? I mean, to borrow the money and all that?
Just borrow the money, yeah.
What qualified you to be able to qualify for that money, for this investor to lend you the money?
The property.
The property itself.
The property itself, yeah.
So definitely, I just want to make sure that you guys know that when you're dealing as an investor, when you come in as an investor, he put on a different thinking hat on, because now he's not a regular person out there. He's an investor. When you're an investor, you want to make sure that you're buying the right way. Number one, you want to buy that property under LLC.
Well, my first one I bought it under my name.
Yeah.
But it was still my name, and then I refinanced into my LLC. Yes.
Perfect. So there you go, guys. Definitely an LLC is the way to go. Initially, if you don't have an LLC and you got the deal in front of you, go after it with your own name. And then when you refi out, you have your LLC up and going, and you can refinance it into that. But let me not get ahead of myself here. I just want to make sure that you guys understand that in most of these deals, a lot of people think that you got to have excellent credit to be able to get the loan and borrow the money for the rehab. No. In this case, the house qualified, right?
Yes.
Because the house qualified, the house was worth it. It had enough equity where the lender said, you know what, this is a good deal for me. Here's your 50, 70, 80K for the house, and then here's your 40, 50K for the rehab of the property. So a lot of people don't know where and who to look for to be able to get those type of deals. And believe me, he's doing them all day. I'm doing them all day. A bunch of people in our network are doing these loans all day long, guys. And this is the smartest thing ever. OPM, you know what OPM means?
Yeah, other people's money.
Other people's money. Look, why are you gonna put your money on the line? Save that money to the side, use it for something else, and use other people's money, which is a lot better, guys. Because listen, that is the way that he's been able to scale up. I've been able to scale up using other people's money. So keep tuned, keep listening, because we're gonna hit on some more golden nuggets, things and information that you guys probably have not been previewed to, you guys haven't learned, people have not showed you. But look, at the end of the day, it's about networking with people, like-minded individuals, and seeking, learning, getting that knowledge. And that's what Eduardo has done here. So now, right now, how many properties do you have? Can I ask you how many properties you have?
So besides my 3-unit would be investing, well, since I started investing two.
Two, okay. Now, what are you doing with those?
Rentals.
Renting them out. Can I ask you what you're cash flowing every month per door?
So the second one, I just finished closing on the refi, so I'm waiting to put a tenant in.
Okay.
Now, because of the interest rate has spiked up so much, my cash flow is going to be small. I'm hoping between 250 to 350.
Okay.
But the first one, I'm cash flowing, to be exact number, is like 465.
Nice. Nice.
465.
And you know what? As you go, the cash flow will start increasing. You got more properties and all that. So you're just beginning. You're at the beginning of your career, investing career. So it sounds like you know exactly what you want to do. Now, what is your goal? Where are you going from here? You got 2 properties in your pocket. What's your long-term plan here?
So long-term plan is as investing or
investment.
So long-term plan, I mean, just keep scaling up, keep getting properties. I mean, my personal goal is to be financial free. Mm-hmm. You know, I've been working from 9 to 5 for a long time, that it's time to shift the lifestyle. You know, I mean, I want to travel, I want to, you know, spend more time with family. So that's definitely the goal that I want to get to. So in order for me to do that, I need to invest more.
So, and you will get there, because I know the drive that you have. I mean, not a lot of people have the drive that you have, and you have what it takes. So I'm more than sure that you're going to get to your goal. All right. Now, one more thing. I know that we talk about what is the amount, how many properties do you want to have, and how much money do you want to make every month from this cash flow? Either one. How many properties you want to have, or how much cash flow to sustain your way of life that you want to have?
So it's a good question, because I mean, that property, you know, I want to have is, you know, like you said, shoot big.
The sky's the limit.
Shoot big. So right now, I mean, my number may be small to yours, but right now I want to have at least 10 to 15 properties. Cash flow, hopefully, my goal eventually will be about maybe 10K a month.
Beautiful. Yeah, and you know what? One thing that you did say right now that I just want to make sure that I capitalize on that, and I know you're not measuring nobody else's success or anything like that, and people will probably look at me and say, hey, you got over 50 properties in your portfolio, but I think that everybody could get there. Everybody will get there if you put in that forth effort. You know, fortunately for me, I'm still hungry. I know you're hungry, but my situation was a little bit different than yours. You know, I'm already a realtor. I'm already in the industry. I kind of know the lingo. I know the prices. I know the locations, the areas. So, but at the end of the day, I think that one can only focus on themselves and reach for what they believe is their goal. you know.
Yep.
And that's what I tell a lot of people, you know, like I have other people like gurus and mentors that have over 250 properties, 500 properties, 1,000 properties. Even one of the main, I'm not going to say his name, but he's well-known investor in Miami, and he has over 5,000 units, you know.
Nice.
So those are always good people to have in front of you, so you can have your goal. You know, you could say your goal, and I want to be like him, and I want to do that. But usually, a lot of people get stuck. Oh, I only have 2 properties, 5 properties, 3 properties. You know, don't compare yourself to nobody else. Do you stay focused on you, guys? And you know what? Before you know it, when you pick your head up, you're gonna say, "Wow, I built this empire." So it's doable, guys. What we gotta do is stay driven. He's definitely been driven. I've kind of helped him out here and there on his projects or questions that he has. And he has a drive, believe me. And now he's networking with like-minded individuals, private money lenders, attorneys, general construction companies or owners like myself and other people that he can use to do and rehab his properties, right? So it's all about who you know. A lot of times we tend to say, yeah, you know what, I gotta get this education, I gotta do this. It's fine and dandy, but look, let's be honest, right? And I know you run across this. It's not about what you know. It's about who you know. So he was introduced to, who was your private money lender? Sanjay. It wasn't Dr. Ali?
No.
Sanjay. So he was networking with people within the industry. He found Sanjay. He's a private money lender. They had a meeting of the minds. The chemistry was there. Now he's lending him money. So that just goes to show you that we gotta network. You never know who's in front of you, who's right next to you, and who's who and what they could do for you. I've gotten the biggest opportunities just talking to people, networking, you know, not being afraid to say, "Hi, my name is Pablo, I'm in real estate. What do you do?" You know, you always got to put yourself out there. Don't be scared. Don't be nervous. Overcome those obstacles if you have obstacles. And that's one of the things that I want to reiterate as well. We all have dreams, guys. We all have dreams. You got to follow those. You got to chase them. You got to do what it is that you got to do to get that dream accomplished. Like I said, network with like-minded individuals. And another thing is believe in yourself. I know even for myself, when I first started doing this about 3 years ago, I didn't think it was going to work. So I sat on the sidelines for about 6 months. But then when I started realizing that, hey, this is the real deal, I believed in myself. I picked myself up and I started doing what I had to do. So at the end of the day, it's all about taking action, guys. Be like Eduardo. Take action. You got your goal in mind. Do what you got to do. Network with people. Get that knowledge. And most importantly, take action, guys. So, Eduardo, I appreciate you stopping by here today. I just want you to give us or give the people here, what is your biggest suggestion to the up and coming investor? You've been there, you're already seasoned, you know what it's like. For that person that's probably nervous or probably scared to take that first step, what do you tell them?
You know, I mean, sometimes you just gotta take that jump, you know. Even me at the second property, like I still get nervous and certain stuff, but how bad do you want it? You know, like how bad do you want it? And I'm hard of hearing. Me being surrounded in a group, it gets hard to communicate, but I wanted it bad, so I'm gonna go after it and take that jump, network. I mean, a couple months ago, I was at a party. They're like, "How did you find the money?" I'm like, "Have you ever met a homeless that's looking for money and he can never get it?" That no, he's always finding it. So how is he able to find it, but you can't find it? I had to call 5 people to get the money. You know, it's all about who you know, and they will guide you to get it. Like it's all how bad do you want it? That's pretty much what I would say.
That is definitely key, guys. I really appreciate that. And you know, he's my first guest here in my first podcast because I really believe in him and I respect him for whom he is. because exactly what he told you, and he said himself, he's had some challenges because you're hard of hearing, right?
I'm hard of hearing, yes.
One of the ears, and he did what he had to do. He had his challenge in front of him. He overcame it. He didn't let obstacles stop him. So to me, he's a role model, and that is why I wanted to make sure that I featured him today, so that way you guys can see that you could do it as well. Don't stop yourself. Take action. Learn from Eduardo. Be like Eduardo, and follow your dreams. With that, guys, it's Pablo Sarmiento signing off from my first podcast. I hope to see you guys on my next show, on my next podcast. We're going to continue to motivate and inspire others to invest in real estate. With that, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.